Hey, you're here, you've made it, hoorah! Now, usually this is the part where I say, this is the MindGriller Server, and I'm Gravity, and up there is Cow. While you've been away, Cow and I have been quite busy. The cleverest among you may expect at this point that I would stick in a time lapse, which replays at a breakneck speed what Cow and I have been up to while you've been gone. I would never. That's an affirmative no, but I will share with you some images from my Viewmaster. What is the Viewmaster, you may ask? Now, although that's not exactly an eye-rolling, cringe-inducing query, I would propose, though, that we're not exactly tickling the sharp knives in the drawer. Just saying. Inasmuch as we are talking about queries, no offense, I will caution that I'm a bit afraid that an image search of those terms might return a hair-raising result, even without the XXX at the end. Now, I would like to once again discourage the willy-nilly use of corporate monopolistic old tech advertising funnels. I mean search engines. Anyways, now is not the time for such discussions, but I will say, as you can see, Cow and I are preparing ourselves for 100% cinema verite account of what Cow and I were up to between episodes. Are you excited? I'm excited. Let the chaos commence. Here you see Cow and I bravely hiking through a meadow. Ticks and garter snakes be damned. And then we came to a birch forest, which sadly looks nothing like Mojang's official rendering of a birch forest, which at this point has a Susan of vaporware. Soon, Cow and I came upon a river. As the smartest among you will know, exploring on a raft doesn't deplete your hunger haunches. A little while later, I caught a whiff of pungent Viking and European DNA, so I stopped for a petit douche. And Cow's ears were looking a little bit crispy, so he got, well, a grand bovine douche. If I had some kerosene, I would have used it. Then I stopped under a tree to replenish my energy while Cow kept a lookout for creepers. Now, it may look like I let my guard down and fell asleep, but I'm confident I was just resting my eyes. Now, nighttime was not too far away, so I stopped and Cow and I made a fire. In the morning, Cow and I found ourselves in the longest desert I've ever seen. Luckily, I remembered to bring my SPF 50 sunscreen, which I bought in Europe because the formulation there is better. And then we walked through a savanna, which definitely was not pot-marked by a bunch of villages full of, well, annoying villagers. But I was able to trade enough to replenish my golden carrots. Look here, Cow and I relaxed on the beach. All work and no play makes Gravity a dull boy. Now, I bet you never thought you'd hear an opera reference on this channel. Now, Cow and I traveled quite some distance this day, and then the elevation changed, and on the side of a mountain, we found a pit of lava. And then the higher we went on the mountain, the more powdered snow we found, and I was quite afraid that Cow would fall into it and freeze to death. And then we made it all the way to the tippy-top summit of the mountain. There I was expecting grand vistas, but no, it was snowing, so we couldn't see very far. And then we hiked along a mountain ridge, and then we came to an even higher mountain than the mountain we were already on. It was quite steep and dangerous. And then I almost slipped and fell. If it wasn't for my amazing grip and mountain climbing skills, then there would have been a yard sale of all my belongings on the side of this mountain. And to be honest, I don't know exactly where my spawn point is, so maybe it would have been really hard to find Cow again. But thanks to my amazing grip, I just held on and held on and held on. If it weren't for the periodic encouraging moves from Cow, I'm sure I would have been donezo. Yeah, this definitely didn't happen. Next! Oh yeah, when we came down the other side of the mountain, then there was a meadow there, and then it rained and rained and rained. And then Cow and I made our way up the side of a different mountain, and there we found a mine shaft. Now, the most retentive among you may remember that it has been on our to-do list for quite some time to get an iron ingot so we can repair the iron golem back in the factory. And in this mine shaft, very close to the opening, we found some iron. Hoorah! So then Cow and I made our long, arduous journey home. And now you're all caught up. Now look, Cow and I are back in the train station. And why are we here, you may ask? To that I say, good question. And the most observant among you will already know that here in the train station, Cow and I spotted this. And what is this, you may say? Also a good question. Let's have a look underneath. Hey, wow. Wow, check this out. It's a mini super smelter. Items travel from the chest above, down through the hoppers and into these furnaces. Or if you live in a backwards country, furnace. And after the items have been smelted, they get pushed back up above here to the main floor of the train station. It would seem that this is a little bit more advanced than I expected from a place like this. But it's quite convenient since we need some iron ingots. And in they go. Poof. Something else Cow and I did that I did not yet mention. This morning, Cow and I watched a Minecraft video on YouTube. We were quite curious about which video is the oldest video to use the word super smelter in its title. We found a video called Minecraft-Infinitely Expandable Super Smelter Tutorial! Open parentheses, old close parentheses. Now, this was uploaded by Hobbs_21 9 years ago, which may explain why there's so much dust on this machine. But did you see that the redstone torch flashed on and off when an item came into the chest? That's quite handy. And since there are 8 furnaces downstairs, I think it's safe to assume that that means that the furnace array is 8 times faster than using a single furnace. Or not, but you can't go by me. But I do know someone smart that we can ask. In Minecraft, is using a super smelter with 8 furnaces 8 times faster than a single furnace? /AIGF.
In summary, while an 8-furnace setup can greatly enhance smelting speed compared to a single furnace, it won't achieve a perfect 8 times increase due to practical limitations in item distribution and fuel management.
Well, but look here. It's fast enough to have some ingots already smelted. That's quite good. Now I can cross another item off my to-do list. The cleverest among you will notice on the to-do list that position number 1 is to head back to the old factory. And when we're there, we're gonna hit the iron golem with the iron ingot to heal him up. Hoorah! I love a good deed. But the most observant among you may have noticed what I noticed. Look, in the distance is a sort of a lodge of some sort. I never met a lodge I didn't want to investigate. Now look, residents of the lodge could have been watching us this whole time from across the river. That's quite spooky. Now, Cow, I'm getting a little bit of a strange feeling about this place. It looks a little bit old, dilapidated, and abandoned. The cleverest among you may expect at this moment that I show a picture of your unfavoritist politician. Now, grammatical anomalies and non-words notwithstanding, I would never. Anyways. Cow, should we knock before entering? Maybe it's booby-trapped. Maybe a bunch of Vexes live inside. Or even worse, phantoms. I'm starting to get a little bit afraid. Cow, you're right. This doesn't sound like me at all. Let's just barge in like we own the place. Cow, this means you have to come in too. Now, Cow, sometimes you step in your own pies, so wipe your hooves, please. Hey, wow, look at this place. It looks like it was designed in what, the 1940s? Look here, this looks like it was designed by George Nelson. He was an American modernist designer who came up with the concept of the family room. And look over here, this coffee table looks like it was designed by Isamu Noguchi. And Cow, I see you're comfortable on the sofa. Just stay away from the Arrow Saarinen womb chair. I think now it might be quite a collector's item. Anyways, I wonder who lived here. And I also wonder how hungry this cat might be. Now, Cow, are you telling me there's something interesting outside, or you just have to go water the plants? The porch is quite big, but that's not important right now. I think it would be a good thing to find a place to set our spawn. Cow, your hints are getting a little bit heavy-hoofed. But you're right. Let's see what's upstairs. I bet it's perfectly safe. Either that or there's a bunch of phantoms. Cow, your udders will be tickled pink to learn that upstairs I found a place to set our spawn. Oh, Cow, what's the matter? Now I'm quite confident there are no phantoms in the wood-paneled bedroom. I know you like wood paneling. Now, if you come upstairs, I'll let you share the bed. It looks quite cozy, if you don't count the shockingly frightening cat that's sitting on the bed, or the terrifying nightmare-inducing porch. Oh, you'll have to excuse me. I'm gonna have to take this call. It might be very, very, very important. Hello? Hello, GravityFiller's residence. GravityFiller speaking. Now, of course I'm not mad that you called. Well, now, if I may be so bold, I think everybody knows that you call them grifters. What? You should have launched a podcast with them? Well, maybe about them. I do remember the night that happened to you. It was I who you butt dialed. Yeah, the story of the Zoom call you had with Harry to try and help him with the podcast idea. It is, in fact, one of your best stories. What? Oprah? Chickens? I don't think Cow and I would be interested in a trip to a petting zoo. Yeah, well, that may be true, but I gotta go. Goodbye. See you later. Geez, sometimes these people talk so much I can't get a word in edgewise. And as you know, Cow, it's time for bed. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I wonder if this cat has fleas. Well, hey, good morning. Do you ever have dreams that you can't remember? Now, the most retentive among you may think that I forgot to do what I had to do on my to-do list. But look here. I have an iron ingot and pow! Cow and I do enjoy a good deed. And if Otani steps on my foot one more time, I won't have time to say my goodbyes. Goodbye. Bon voyage. So long. Totsiens Totso.